Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by PewSitter.com, your online Catholic newspaper for the third millennium, CatholicMediaCoalition.org, in line with the Church, online with the world.
And TheAmericanCatholic.com, politics and culture from a Catholic perspective.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of Catholic News Roundup. I'm Matthew McAuliffe. Outrageous oversight. The government is seizing the Church's ability to handle legal matters like any other private institution and may be overstepping legal boundaries of church and state. Bishop Robert Finn of the Kansas City St. Joseph Diocese, you may remember, is the highest-ranking church official in America to be held criminally accountable for alleged misconduct of a priest under his supervision. The bishop has opted to avoid indictment by entering into what is being called a diversion program with the Clay County prosecutor, Daniel White, that will require him to meet face-to-face every month for the next 5 years with Prosecutor White in order to discuss every single allegation of sexual abuse in the diocese, so that the prosecutor can decide whether police should be involved or not. Nicholas Caffardi, Duquesne law professor and former chairman of the American Bishops' Review Board for the Protection of Children and Youth, says, quote, "For the Church to put itself in a position where the only way out of its legal difficulties is to submit to the oversight of governmental authorities, just that is a really tragic day for the Church." Bathroom Bill of Rights. What some have been calling the transgender bathroom bill has passed the Massachusetts House this week, and according to the Associated Press, the Transgender Equal Rights Bill is also getting the nod from the Senate. The Boston Globe is reporting conservatives are claiming a partial victory because the provision allowing transgender individuals to use whichever public bathroom they identify with has been dropped. Republican Representative Mark Lombardo says, quote, "It opens the door for social change that would take away the rights of hardworking men and women and parents," end quote. Governor Deval Patrick is expected to sign the bill, making Massachusetts the 16th state to treat transgender people as a protected class. New Year Ordinariate. It's official. The Anglican Ordinariate in America will be established at the beginning of the new year, according to CatholicCulture.org. Cardinal Donald Wuerl has been charged by the Benedict XVI to establish an ordinariate similar to the one established by His Holiness in England, with the purpose of bringing the Anglicans back into the faith. The English Ordinariate of Our Lady of Walsingham was established in January of 2011, and the new ecclesial structure will be official on January 1st of 2012, at which time Cardinal Wuerl says he expects an ordinary will be named to oversee the new Anglican rite. To date, a number of whole parishes across the country have come into the church, including Texas and New Jersey, the most recent being a priory of nuns in the Garden State, while 67 Anglican clergy currently seek to enter the new ordinariate once it is fully established. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a few seconds.
Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by NewOxfordReview.org, the voice of Catholic Orthodoxy, in print and on the web, and RenewAmerica.com, expanding the influence of America's grassroots in the cause of freedom.
A chilling chaplaincy. An atheist organization is attacking the notion of chaplains in the military, claiming that atheists are left out when it comes to having a chaplain, so they should be able to have their own version installed in the military. According to Cybernet News Service, the Los Angeles Times says the number of soldiers who identify themselves as atheists or agnostics is fewer than 10,000 out of 1.4 million, which is only 0.7% for those of you without a calculator. However, former Army Captain Jason Torpy, president of the Military Association of Atheists and Free Thinkers, contends that there is significantly more, as a full dozen of military members are clamoring to become what they call, quote, humanist lay leaders. Retired Lieutenant Colonel and Senior Fellow for National Security with the Family Research Council brings up an interesting point, saying, quote, "If you get someone who says, quote, sorry, if you get killed, you're just going to become a potted plant, there's no hereafter, that would not be terribly motivating, especially to a military that goes to war." Speaking of atheists, they are now bringing out their yearly holiday season messages to tell you, bah humbug. Atheists want to brighten your holiday season by antagonizing and reminding you of how worthless a role they think God plays in your life, this time in several states up and down the eastern seaboard. TheBlaze.com reports the billboard for their newest ad campaign will appear in Ohio, Florida, and the New Jersey side of the Lincoln Tunnel, in the same location as last year's, quote, "You know it's a myth" billboard. Communications Director for American Atheists, Blair Scott, responsible for the ad, says in a press release, quote, "Every year, groups like the Catholic League and American Family Association told Americans about a war on Christmas that simply does not exist. Last year, we thought we would give them what they seemed to want and fired the first shot in a war on Christmas. To both groups, we say, happy holidays," end quote. The last ad features a picture of Neptune next to our Lord and a picture of Satan paired with Santa Claus. And on it is written, quote, 37 million Americans know myths when they see them. What do you see? I'm Matthew McAuliffe. Thanks for tuning in today. Be sure and tune in tomorrow for your daily dose of Catholic News Roundup right here on RealCatholicTV.com. And be sure to check out The Vortex today, where Mike talks about the awakening of the traditional church after developing a culture that Vatican II did not order. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to tell all your friends about us. And as always, God bless you.